A billionaire father collapses behind the wheel, but the one who saves him is not a bodyguard, not a doctor, not even his son. It's a little girl, an orphan, who risks everything to keep a stranger alive. James Carlton wasn't just wealthy, he was untouchable. His empire stretched across skyscrapers, luxury brands, private jets. To the world, he was the perfect picture of success. But behind those steel and glass walls, James's life was hollow. His wife had died giving birth to their son, leaving him both a father and a widower on the same night. His son, Ethan, now 8 years old, hardly recognized him anymore. James was too busy chasing deals, running meetings, signing contracts. Every night, James returned to an empty mansion where silence echoed louder than applause. The one thing he couldn't buy was love. And on that fateful evening, as he left yet another late-night board meeting, exhaustion clung to him like chains. He loosened his tie, rubbed his temples, and muttered, "Just a few more miles, James. Just get home." But destiny had other plans. The city lights blurred into streaks of gold. His chest tightened, sweat beaded on his forehead. His fingers slipped from the wheel. He gasped for air, but there was none. And then his world went black. The car drifted toward the curb, its expensive tires grinding against the edge of the road. People walked by, heads down, earbuds in, eyes on their phones. No one noticed, no one cared. No one except one child. Her name was Maya. She had been standing under a flickering street lamp, clutching a threadbare teddy bear, waiting for no one. Her mother had died 2 winters ago. Her father had disappeared long before that. Since then, Maya lived in the shadows, shelters, church basements, anywhere she could rest her head. The world passed her by as though she were invisible, but her eyes missed nothing. And when she saw the luxury car roll to a stop with a man slumped over the wheel, something inside her sparked. Fear screamed at her to run, but courage whispered, "He needs you." She dropped her teddy bear, sprinted across the street, and yanked open the heavy car door. Inside, James was motionless, his breathing shallow. Maya's hands shook as she touched his shoulder. "Mister? Wake up. Please wake up." No response. Her gaze darted to the wheel, the blinking lights, the gear shift. She had never driven a car in her life, but she had watched others. She remembered little details, her foster caretaker once pushing the pedals, her teacher explaining road signs. Her feet barely reached the pedals, but her spirit stretched far beyond her size. With trembling determination, she slid into the driver's seat. The car jerked forward, horns blared, a truck swerved to avoid her. Her heart pounded so loud it echoed in her ears. Tears welled in her eyes, but she kept whispering to herself, "Hold on tighter, Maya, hold on tighter." Then she saw it, the glowing red cross in the distance, the hospital. She pressed the brake with every ounce of strength. The car skidded, screeched, and finally came to a halt at the emergency entrance. Doctors rushed out. Nurses pulled James from the car, shouting medical codes. Maya stumbled out too, her small body trembling, her face wet with tears. "Who are you? Are you hurt?" a nurse asked. Maya shook her head. "Not me. Him. Please, save him." Hours passed. Maya sat alone in the cold waiting room, swinging her legs nervously. No one came for her. No one asked who she was. She was invisible again. Until James opened his eyes. The first thing James saw wasn't the ceiling or the doctors. It was her. A little girl with tired eyes, sitting on a plastic chair, clutching her teddy bear again. Did you drive me here?" he whispered, his voice weak. Maya nodded silently, afraid he might be angry. But James's eyes softened in a way they hadn't in years. A billionaire, saved not by money, not by power, but by a child with nothing to lose. Days later, when James was discharged, the reporters swarmed. Cameras flashed. The world saw a billionaire walk out of the hospital holding his son, Ethan's hand. But hidden in the corner, Maya lingered, unsure if she belonged. James had learned her story. No family, no home, forgotten by the system. Yet she had risked everything for him, a stranger. He looked at Ethan, then at Maya, and for the first time in years, he felt something break inside him. He turned back and called out, "Maya, come with us." The world saw James as a billionaire who almost lost his life. But what they didn't see was the man who gained something far greater. That night, Maya didn't just save his life, she changed it. She filled the silence in his mansion with laughter. She gave Ethan the sister he never had, and she gave James a second chance at being more than a businessman, at being a father. In the end, it wasn't his billions that saved James Carlton. It was the courage of a little girl with nothing to lose. And sometimes, the richest men are not the ones with empires, but the ones who discover that family, whether by blood or by fate, is the greatest fortune of all.